Welcome to another episode of Anyone Can Cook. I'm Kate Anzani, and in today's episode, we're going to talk about the non-existent boundaries of food, because food is so general, and those that knows good food and knows that have that flavor and palate, it just melts away all the walls, all the boundaries, all political issues, all religious tirade. So the one thing with food is that across the board, food is good, it nourishes, keeps you healthy, and it breaks down walls. So in this episode, we're going to look at a certain ingredient that has crossed boundaries in terms of being a side dish to being a main dish. We're looking at chicken liver and gizzard, and it's going to be quite a journey because it's for the family. Filipino family meals to make you joyful, to make you hearty, make you smile, make you laugh, make you gather. Because in this show, it's all about food is nourishment and food binds us together. So the star of the show is liver. In the local language, atay, right? So we have chicken gizzard and chicken liver, and we're going to marinate in a European spice, or what they call THYME. THYME is found in any local grocery store, in the spice rack. And this chicken liver we got is both gizzard and the liver part. So the hard part and the softer, more chewy parts. So this is about a kilo and a half, 1.5 kilos, and here you go. It's all about searing the liver and creating the caramelization to create that intensity that we want. So you want to get maybe 200 grams of butter, and this butter is just going to go in a hot pan. And if you look at that, it's a very hot pan, and we're creating a beurre noisette. Beurre noisette is when you brown the butter, and we want to take it out the pan to ensure that we don't over brown it because it's been in heat for a while. And that's the brown butter that we want to achieve. And I'm going to take some garlic and just do a rough chop on the garlic. Whoops. And you just want the garlic to cook a little bit, and you got half a piece of onion. Maybe 1/4, just to caramelize the onion. So thick-skinned. So butter and garlic, and expect your house to smell like a perfume of garlic and butter. It's absolutely amazing. I dare you. So when we get into that brown spot of the butter, you want to take whole pieces of the liver, and you get your heat up, and you take your pan and it cooks, and you want to seal the liver until it has a brown caramelization created by the butter and the heat. Some choose to marinate the liver overnight in milk to get it more creamier, but I just choose to get the full flavor because I love the taste of liver, and it's already, for me, already smooth and creamy. And if you get the liver hearts, take a look at that, and that creates a different dynamic and texture. So while that is absolutely searing, you want to take the thyme. Thyme is in your grocery store, and you take maybe a tablespoon and you just drop it in like that. You take 2 teaspoons of salt, like hard salt. You want to take a little bit of the pink salt for a refined sealer. Give it some time to caramelize on the bottom, and you can already smell that perfume and aroma in the air of the butter, the thyme, the garlic, the salt. It's a beautiful mess together. And remember that liver needs to be cooked through to guarantee a beautiful creamy texture. That's where you want to go with it. And what I found over the years, as I did many variants of liver pate in my life, like with alcohol, without alcohol, with a certain different spice, rosemary too strong, thyme for me just leveled out the balance. So in my many phases of cooking liver pate, I found using mushrooms created the earthiness. And the earthiness complemented the liver so well, because I don't like that bitter taste of the liver. I always want like a refined palate. And this is what I found. So the answer and the trick in making this liver pate is to get, you know, nice shiitake mushrooms that you find in the grocery, because they have a nice earthy ground-like flavor that complements the liver so well. So I'm just going to take the mushrooms and chop them into a very fine cut. Oh, if you can smell what I'm smelling now, it's absolute greatness in your home. And if you can recreate this every day with your family, they're just gonna keep bothering you in the kitchen. You're like, shoo, shoo, shoo. So this is the mushroom, fresh mushroom that's going to take over and balance out the liver. And the more mushrooms, don't be scared, the more mushrooms you use, the more depth and dynamic there is with the liver. So I'm just going to use half of what the package had. And you want to go at this level. Oh, already I can eat that on its own, but not everyone likes liver just cooked like that with its bites. So, which is why, to make it palatable to everyone, so that everyone in the in the table appreciates this dish, you make into a pate, and you'll see where I'm going after this. So if I turn that around, you want to achieve that brown caramelization that is taken from the bottom of the pan, because that's where the flavors really up its game. Just the butter and the liver on itself is just pure heart attack, right? But what it is, and as you bind this together, it's so good. And when you have it over toast, or you have it just over a spread, it makes your day. You have it with a glass of wine, or you can have it with beer. And this is where I'm going with this color, and it's going to cook down and cook through. So you seal it and you leave it to simmer for about 10-15 minutes, and then we check on it again. After 20 minutes, 25 minutes at most, we're gonna check on our liver to see. Oh my gosh. Okay, you can go away now. I'm just gonna eat this whole thing. Look at that. How beautifully caramelized it's become. It's reduced to a fine, almost condensed flavor profile. It's creating a unique caramelization on the bottom, and this is exactly where you want to close the fire. When you get to that point of like the intense golden brown state, and the mushrooms have reduced to like an earthy perfume, the mushrooms really make the difference. So if you'll come follow me, I am going to add alcohol. So this one could be beer, this could be your wine, this could be your whiskey, this can be your cognac, this can be sun-dry rum, whatever you have at home that is alcohol, you pour. The more the merrier, no? Why not? And of course the liquor, the alcohol will not stay there, but it will cook with the liver and will create another gradient of level on the palate, on the taste bud. So you'll see it's going to reduce, and it's cooking the caramel juices of the liver. And together with it, you can smell its aroma. You can smell the change of where the livers was when I opened it, and it's so unique. And we're ready to take it to the next step. So you want to take it to this level where the sauce is not so reduced but not so liquid. So it's just thick enough that it still has a little bit rather than it's dry. Okay, so beside me is a blender, a RoboCoupe, that we're just going to transfer this baby here. And what it does, we put all of what you just saw us do inside. And you just drop that. And all its glory goes inside. And it's so hot, so I'm going to lift the top. And it's going to create a mousse, a liver mousse. I want it to be in a fine paste, and I want it creamy in my mouth, so I want to continue that there's no small textures on my bite. So I'm just gonna check. Oh, beautiful. Take a look at that. So you want to create like a paste or like a mousse of sorts that's going to be so intense on your tongue. I want to show you where you want to take a look at this. When I scoop it out, it has that granular, thickened cream and paste, all moussey. I think I'm going to give this one more curve. Wow, so intense, so good on the tongue, so good on its own. I'm going to give it a taste, and it does not lack salt, so I'm not going to add anything to that because I like it. Where I want to go is take it and create more of a fine or like a fino. Okay, I think I'm happy with where that is. Where I want to go with this is I'm going to take this and scoop it into a nice ceramic mini pot. And make it for 1 to 2 portion, perfect for happy hour. I found some jam. You can get any marmalade, strawberry jam, blueberry jam, whatever jam that you find at home. And I just put it in a small ceramic, and I took some pistachio, and I will add just to give, and voila, take a look at that. Liver pate, served with a jam of sorts or any nuts. I used pistachios in this bit. I have a beautiful lid, and it's ready for happy hour. The beauty of creativity is such an amazing thing, because from the liver we made a beautiful pate or a mousse. If you take a look at that, how glorious that something so smooth, so creamy comes into an afternoon delight paired with some wine, whiskey, whatever. Perfect for guests, perfect for entertaining. I have some crackers. So the assembly is so simple. You take a cracker, basic plain bread, get a small spoon, spread that on your bread, spread that on your cracker, get a little bit of that jelly, right? I'll add a little bit more. So it is a contrast between bitter, and that after that bitter is the sweet. So you got the contrast of that sweetness from the jam and then your liver. I want to die. It's so good. I remember now why I make this and why this is my all-time favorite. It's such a treat in your life. It makes you cry. And at times like this, if you're not crying from happiness, and if you're crying from sadness because of your reality and what our realities are in quarantine lockdown, you better rethink the whole game. You have to be cooking meals healthy that make you happy, that create another level of warmth in your house, that everyone gathers. You want no division, you want unity. So if everyone around you smells the aroma in your house, smells the aroma in your kitchen, you make them gather with you. And when they eat, that's when everyone's united. So come on. So good. Perfect happy hour. Bye.